Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Project Build. In this episode, I'm going to be deleting the rear wiper off my B7 Avant. It's also applicable to the B6 generation as well. And I know it's pretty controversial on deleting a feature that the car has, but I really don't care for it. Plenty of vehicles don't have rear wipers that are in this kind of format, and I think it looks badass and real clean without it. So while I'm in here, I'm also going to be installing Kufatec's line resistor for the rear license plates lights. That way you can install LEDs without getting a warning on your dash every time you turn your car on. That's only applicable to the B7. The B6s aren't as finicky as what license plate bulbs you put in there. So only the B7 really needs that line resistor. And yeah, let's get into it. To remove this rear panel, it's pretty straightforward. You've got two Phillips, one here and one over here that's in those grab locations for pulling down the trunk. And then you have two T30s in here and here that are behind that panel that has the safety triangle for you. Once you have those out, you just pull the handle down and it'll pop one of the pressure pins right here pretty loose, and you'll be able to get your hand in all the way down, and you'll be able to see a second one right here. You can squeeze it if you want as you're pulling down to release that one. That's the same on the other side. And there's a third one right here that you've got to kind of pull down. You don't want to pull the panel with too much leverage all the way back here, otherwise you're going to probably break something. After that, the panel is kind of jammed up into here as well, so you're kind of wiggling it all the way down and it just kind of pops off and releases all at once. This is the back side of the panel, so you can see the two Phillips. One goes in here in that hand grab, the other one over there, and then your T30s are right there, and you can see these pressure clips here that just connect into the body, and this is the one that you can kind of pinch to help get loose. And then this is the third last one that's probably the hardest to get, and you can see this slot goes up into the other piece of trim. Once you get all that out, it's pretty much free. You have to disconnect your light here, pretty straightforward, and then it's all open. On the outside of the vehicle, you're going to want to take your plastic trim cover off. You're going to take your little sprayer jet out as well, and then it reveals a 13 mil nut that comes off, and with a little persuasion you'll be able to take your rear wiper right off. Removal of the rear motor wiper is pretty straightforward. You're going to want to take your electrical connector off and then your fluid line out as well, and then there's just 3 10 mils here that you just need to remove, and the whole thing comes out. You're going to want to clean the outside, including the inside of the glass, as best you can. So a question you're probably going to have is, what do you do with your old water line? Well, I've just neatly tucked it away here with some zip ties. Some guys like to put some sealant or fitting in there to block it off. What I've decided to do is I've actually changed my wiper stock to a sedan wiper stock, so that way there's no chance ever of me pushing forward on the wiper stock to activate this line from spraying. So it's essentially just a redundant line that's tucked away and never be seen again, and left there for future provisions if need. You could probably disconnect it somewhere else in the car if you wanted, but I decided to just go the wiper stock route. Here's the wiper delete kit. Doesn't come with much, it's just a little piece of plexiglass and some sealant. It doesn't come with the tape obviously, but that's just used that way you kind of hold it in place while the sealant's setting. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the sealer to it, make sure that all the surfaces are nice and oil free, and put it in place. So there's all the sealant applied. It's in most of the places that I want it, and I'm going to put that in. There we go, got the tape installed, the plug in, and looking pretty flush. I'm just going to let that cure. The color's not all that accurate, but that's okay. So as I was wiping it, some of the sealant was actually being pulled up and smeared around a little bit. So what I've decided to do is just fill the whole thing with sealant, because the bottom half kind of had it already. So I'm just went around a couple times while kind of injecting sealant down into that, and I guess it'll be a little bit better for water protection. So anyways, I'm gonna let that kind of tack up a little bit, and then I'm gonna wipe the excess off. Here's the final product, guys. I gave it a final wipe down with some Windex. Came out real nice and clean, except that it's so clean that you can see the difference in the glass and the plexiglass just tint. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately, but if you stand about 30 feet away, you're not gonna see it. And if I don't ever wash my car, you're also never gonna see it. So I think it looks good from this distance even anyways, and to the untrained eye, they're not even gonna notice, and I think it looks great. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like it or not? The license plate lights, they work. I tested it out already, and there's no warning on the dash, so that's fantastic. Leave us a comment in the comment section. So thanks for watching.